Today we are going to discuss one of the most important reaching hands systems, feedback. If you care about problem debt, then feedback becomes essential because ignorance and being wrong both generate penalties, sometimes massive penalties. If you are missing something important, you might waste tons of time and effort addressing symptoms while the real problem goes untouched. Think of all the people who died from scurvy just because they didn't know to take some citrus along with them for their voyages. None of us knows everything. Our knowledge and perception are limited, so we need other people to help us see what we can't. That's what feedback is. The challenge, though, is that feedback is a big risk. When it goes well, it's incredibly valuable. Knowledge and insight are gained and relationships are strengthened. But, as we're all acutely aware, when it goes poorly, it can be uncomfortable or even damaging for both sides. Receiving feedback can trigger shame and defensiveness, and giving feedback carries the risk of hurting somebody or creating conflict. And because of that, many people avoid it altogether. But avoiding feedback means staying wrong and ignorant longer and continuing to pay those penalties. The solution is to understand that feedback is a reaching hands system, and the gap that needs to be closed is safety. With enough safety, even difficult conversations can go well. Without safety, even small pieces of feedback can fail. And like all reaching hands systems, while you cannot control the other side, you do control your side of the interaction, and improving your skills increases your chances of success. On the giving side, start with your intent. Are you offering this feedback for their benefit, or are you reacting out of frustration or irritation? If your own emotional state is off, the message is unlikely to land well. Now, if your intent is solid, then you might consider how you deliver it, your tone, your wording, your timing, and ask yourself whether it's likely to feel safe enough to be received. On the receiving end, the skills are just as important. Can you tolerate the emotional signal of what's happening without immediately reacting? Can you ask clarifying questions? Assume some degree of good intent from the other person? And can you stay open to the possibility that you might actually be wrong? These are not easy skills. They take time to develop. But the return is enormous. Improving your ability to give and receive feedback doesn't just solve individual problems. It accelerates your growth across every area, reduces your long-term penalties, and makes all your interactions more effective. Like all reaching hand systems, you will not get this to 100%. But if you invest into safety skills, there is likely far more upside here than you would expect. More safety means more feedback is exchanged, which means less ignorance and less problems. And that is extremely powerful.